Hey everyone, Sebastian Chad back here with Ignite Your Craft. We have some AMA questions that we're going to go through kind of rapid fire style to answer some of this week's questions. So the first one is, when did you open your own store? So you want to go with that, Chad?
Yeah. So we started the business online in February of 2022. We did the wholesale starting in April of 2022. Got into a few shops, and then we started doing the arts and crafts market. We started that in May of 2022. When was it? Oh, was it August of 2022 that we opened the storefront? And then in November of 2023, we opened our second location.
So what was that? February, March, wait, March, April, May, June, July, August. So 6 months from selling our first candle online to a website to opening our first store.
Yeah.
And then another 14 months, and then we opened our second location. Perfect. All right, so we've broken these questions down into making candles, what Chad is great at doing, and selling candles, which I try to do. So the first category is going to be the making. So these are going to be rapid fire. So here we go. What size wicks to use?
It is all about testing first and foremost. We use a couple of our vendors' wick guides as a starting point. You're going to want to go with their recommendation and then probably a wick up and a wick down from that. That way you can get, if the first one doesn't work, you're ready to go and test for your second and third options.
Best wax for wax melts.
So we have always stuck with the Golden Wax or Golden Brands 494, and we get excellent results from it. So I definitely recommend that. Again, if you want to try other things or do combinations of waxes, just do your testing and go from there.
How to avoid sinkholes.
Oh, sinkholes. So sinkholes are really unavoidable. You just want to make sure that you're really giving them a good glazing or heat gunning once they have set, because it may look perfect on top, but there will probably be a sinkhole. It's just a natural part of candle making, really.
Where to start without spending tons of money on useless products while learning?
I would say this kind of ties into the trusted vendors. We started with a candle making kit from one of our suppliers, and it kind of worked, but it wasn't quite right. We weren't getting the scent throw we wanted. So that really just kind of started like the determination and the passion to figure out candle making. So I did a ton of research and of course a ton of testing. One thing about candle making too is while you won't be wasting a ton of money if you stick within, a trusted vendor, you're going to be wasting stuff, just to be honest. You have to, test and try and keep doing it until you get it right. But hopefully with all that we're going to offer with Ignite Your Craft, we can kind of help streamline that and help cost. So
that's a great one. And someone asked a question of, I really struggle with weighing the wax and fragrance correctly. Can you help me?
We have not really released it yet, but if you go to igniteyourcraft.com/calculator, we do have some options there. Input your information, and it'll step you through and give you the calculation, and then you kind of decide from there. So Sebastian is great at selling, so we had a couple of questions with that, so we'll go through those real quick. The first one is, did you do the search engine optimization yourself, or had someone done it for you?
So originally, I thought I could get onto Fiverr or one of those sites and just hire someone that was just going to do my SEO, and then our website was going to take off. That's not how it works. SEO is a long-term game. If you use a Shopify site or, any website, even including Etsy, Amazon, wherever you're going to sell your products, you have to put in titles, descriptions, there's tags to put in. So just knowing the right keywords to put in there is what SEO is, and knowing the descriptions. You can do it yourself. It's important to do, but that shouldn't be a day one make or break. Obviously, you want to fill out your titles, you want to fill out your descriptions, you want to fill out your tags, regardless of where you sell. You can do that on Etsy, Shopify, doesn't matter. Put in all the key information. You can easily just do a search online of basic SEO to know. So do that. I'll do a video on it, and I'll actually show you the back end of our stores and kind of show you what we've done. Yes, it's important to do, but you can do it yourself.
Next question, how do you advertise?
Gosh, so we got out in the community. We took off from going to doing these markets and getting direct feedback from people. That was our advertising, because those people are still with us. We have people from our very first market that are hardcore buying our candles every month. The best advertising is advertising that you own, which is an email list. Get people's emails.
Yeah.
That is how we get our new releases out to people, let them know. We got people all over the country now because people come to our market and then they're from somewhere else. And then that's how we advertise to them. Like if you have an Etsy store, you can set a very, very tiny budget to advertise through them. Facebook, I wouldn't start with. Buying a candle on Facebook is interruptive marketing and it's very, very tough. And you need to have a pretty substantial budget to get started with that. We're all candle makers here, right? Or wanting to make candles and sell them. When was the last time you bought a candle from seeing an ad online? And we love candles, right? So that's one of the big things. Save your money. Don't do that until you start selling them locally. But advertising in your local community.
How to get more customers and stand out of the crowd.
Find a niche that you can kind of slide into. Obviously, you want to stay something that's within your realm of passion. But just selling a candle that's just like everyone else's might not be the right, way to go. Just because we're selling and supporting ourselves and have a couple stores doesn't mean you want to necessarily do exactly what we're doing because you got to be passionate about it. One important thing is to figure out your customer first. You can make candles for anything and for anyone, but don't try to make one for everyone. Find your client avatar and build that person out and see what they want. That's where you're going to set your price points at, is to target that person. So if you want to make a 8-ounce mason jar candle that you're able to sell for $10, great, do it. If you have the customers for it, or if you want to try to go with a more high-end $75 candle, and you know exactly who that customer is, then great, do it.
How can I improve marketing for my business?
Never stop trying. You've got to try so many different things. We have had some really good success with partnering with nonprofits. That has helped us. We're kind of known in our local community here of giving back consistently. That has helped us, and we might be giving away a little bit up front. That in the long term, people come and decide to spend their money with us, especially even online. So that marketing is great.
Yeah, I mean, I
What do
think
you think?
too, you like just putting your personality behind your product is huge. I mean, that has been huge for us, meeting people at markets, doing things like that. Like, in a way, you're being a salesperson, but you're just being who you are. And I think that making that connection with customers is huge. So,
Yeah, and I think realizing you're not going to be for everyone, and everyone's not going to be for you, and
yeah.
that's okay.
How to price candles? This is a good question.
Yeah, so it's a great question because you're going to see online everywhere that you're either going to 3x or you're going to 4x, and then that's it. But that's not it. It's definitely not it. We had in mind opening a storefront one day and selling our candles in that shop. And that was part of our initial plan. This is our goal. This is what we want to do. So we wanted to price our candles accordingly. And it also kind of went into our customer avatar of what is our customer spending money on. And so, for instance, one of our top selling candles right here. So it's $26. So this candle here costs us about $5.50 to make. So we're 5.5x our costs on there. Where if the standard that you're going to always hear of 3 or 4, $15 or $16 on that to $20, like we wouldn't be in business. Like that's just our reality. We have overhead, we have payroll, we have a staff. That's just not the reality. And so we had to find customers. We had to do our branding to be able to sell a $26 candle. There's people that sell $75 candles. So it's 26 isn't an expensive candle in our market or for our customer. Again, it goes down to don't try to sell to everyone. So that's how we figured ours. You can sell them cheaper and sell maybe a lot more candles, or you can sell them more expensive and maybe not sell as many.
And we just have one last question. The best and fastest way to become successful.
The best and fastest way to become successful. Either unlimited money or unlimited time. And we certainly don't have unlimited money, so we had to put a lot of time into it.
Yeah.
So if you have unlimited money, you can start a candle business and spend a lot of that and get some traction going and run off. But it's just putting in time and effort. It's not easy. We didn't have weekends. We still kind of don't have weekends. And but we love it, and
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
surviving on it. And we've got two shops, and yeah,
yeah.
what do you have to add to
Yeah, I mean,
that?
it's going really well. I would say at, whatever level you're trying to get to, or, where you want this to kind of be, it's definitely a time commitment. You've got to be creative, and you've got to do testing, and you've got to do marketing, and everything. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's a great creative outlet. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah.
He loves it, being able to do the business side of everything. So yeah, I
It,
mean, you just be prepared to work.
Yeah, it never ends, right?
Yeah.
Because there's always the next thing. We always want more. We've got some really exciting things that we'll hopefully share with you all in the next couple of weeks of a new line of stuff that we hopefully have coming out. And you just got to keep being creative
Yeah.
and keep pushing forward. Okay, that was fun.
Yeah, that was
Let's
great.
do it again. Let's do it again real soon. Comment below with any questions that you have, and we will get to these hopefully in the next week or so.
Yeah.
And just keep cranking these out. We also have a lot of content coming with longer, more in depth, especially on the candle making side. Chad's going to be kind of going through the entire process
Yeah.
to help everyone out. If you have any questions, come join our community if you're not in our community already. Completely free, and it's a safe space to ask all kinds of questions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, like we're in there, we're communicating with you all day long. Send us DMs if you have questions and you don't want to share with everyone. We get it.
Yeah.
So, but thanks for watching, and we'll
Yeah.
talk to you soon.
Thank you all.